all over the place today. Goodness me. There we go. That's better. It's not beeping at me now. How are you all? I hope you're all good, despite the weird energies that have been going on at the moment. Oh my God. I'm hoping that I'm not be coughing and sneezing and blowing my nose this evening. But if I am, please forgive me. So, yes, drum roll, please. So tonight, I didn't have any kind of titles. No, that's not the word I'm looking for. Any themes. That's what I'm looking for. I didn't have any themes come up. I had a couple of things that I thought might be interesting, but I'm like, no. So what I thought I would do this evening is I would pull some cards. So, excuse me. I think the first thing I'm going to do, because the energies at the moment, or that I think they've tailed off now, thankfully, is I'm going to pull a couple of cards on that, and then I'm going to open it up to, you know, if people want, and you can pull cards alongside if you want. Feel free. So I'm going to start as I usually. Actually, no, we're not going to start with those. Okay, we're going to start with that. Okay. Been sold. Okay, so these quite immense energies that we've been experiencing recently. Let's just get a little bit of a handle on not so much what they were, because we know it's solar and other things. It's the sun and the earth basically doing their stuff. And you can never discount as well the energy that's coming from the universe itself, from the central sun, and moving out. So it's more along the line of kind of what is this, what do these energies, when I say mean, I mean what are they bringing up for us? What do they mean for us as people on this rock? Yeah. So interestingly, I don't know if there are fires going on at the moment in the world, but that's come up. Bushfires. We also have, so that would be, because the Earth at the moment, I think she's still engaged in volcanic activity. So you've got, yeah, that's interesting. So you've got the Fury bushfires. You've got depth, the lake, movement, so it's fast movement, and you've got speaking your word with the voice. So let me just post those on in the group. Oh, let's go over there. So like I say, I don't know if there are any fires occurring at the moment. There we go. Yeah, bushfires. So that's the element of fire. Now that's interesting. What do we have? So we've got water. So we've got fire, water, air. Just say 2 air cards there. That's interesting. So then we have the lake. So we've got 3 of the 4 elementals going on here. The only one we don't have, funny enough, is the earth. Although the earth is in this next picture that I'm going to, excuse me, share. We've actually got a picture of the earth here. So technically we have all 4 of the elementals. And here's the last one. Okay. So these energies at the moment, you could say, because the fire's at the top, that indicates to me there's an alchemy going on. There's quite powerful alchemy going on, yeah, which you can kind of understand because the earth has been extraordinarily active recently with volcanoes, earthquakes. And like I say, I don't know about the fires. I don't know if there are fires going on at the moment. My light's going wonky again. It's really strange. Yeah, any other time, let me just turn it off and on again, because that's what you do with technology, isn't it? Turn it off and turn it on again. Oh, now it's beeping at me. Oh my goodness, stop it. I need to get my big light out, really. Anyway, let's stop talking about tech stuff. So yeah, the main elemental here is fire. So when you look at the elemental fire, corresponds obviously with the sun, corresponds with the solar plexus. So what does that mean? Well, there's different layers to the fire elemental. So when it comes to being connected with the sun, that is your joy, your happiness. It's a very positive energy, yeah. When it's connected with the solar plexus, this is your divine will, your drive to get things done, your passion, your light, yeah. So I find that quite interesting. That's the card that's on the top. Directly underneath it, you've got the card that's got the earth on it, the movement, or the word speed. That's the big word. Number 42. 42, we know what that means, don't we? It's 42, isn't it? The answer to life, the universe, and everything, I think, is 42. So that's interesting. So there's a fast movement going on in regard to, so it's underpinning this idea of the alchemy with this fire elemental, yeah. So I can go with that, because I don't know about you folks out there, but there's I don't know where this year's going. I don't know where it's gone. We're in September. What the fuck happened there? Yeah. So there's things are moving. It seems that things are moving a lot quicker. So, from the kind of days passing to, I don't know, there's a speeding up of things, or it appears that there's a perception that we have at the moment. Excuse me. There's a perception we have at the moment of things have sped up, yeah. So I nearly lost my voice then. That was weird. I need to speak my word with my voice. Okay. So yeah, there's big movement, big fast movement. Now this has been coming up actually quite a lot in cards, in the cards at the moment, through various different channels. Big movement and fast movement, yeah. So that kind of makes sense, yeah, on this illuminated synchronistic unfolding path. So on the left we have the lake with the depth. So it's that old adage, isn't it? What we see above the water is a fraction of what is actually under the water. So my take on that, so I'm taking this card on the left as this is where we were, yeah, dealing with all that stuff underneath, which can be very challenging. And it can be quite unclear. It can be quite silty, that water, when it's muddied by mud. When it's muddied by mud. Yeah. When it's carrying things that don't actually belong to us. Yeah. And I know I've said that time and time again, but we do. We carry these things, and because we feel we have to, or we should. Yeah. Throw that word in the bin, by the way. So that, I'd say that's where we were. We're moving through at speed, yeah, this alchemical process indicated by the bushfires. And where we come out, this is, I really like this card, this voice, speaking your word. There's a sense in this card of expansion. The throat chakra is connected to the Akashic records. It's the Akash, yeah, that it's connected to. So it kind of makes sense that you've got this kind of picture of, what would you call that? The universe? You could say it's a universe. You could say it's a nebula. I've just been watching a nebula on Star Trek, so I've got nebulas on the brain at the moment. Even the being that's there isn't quite fully formed, yeah. So there might even be more work to do around your Akashic record. So, although what I would say is the majority of the work, that mucky work, yeah, getting the muck out of the glass, yeah, has been done. There's just a little bit left. It's just a little bit left, yeah. It's not huge amounts of stuff that you've got to do anymore. It's, we're coming out of the other side of this alchemical process. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's so we've established that the card on the left is, whoops, that's the lake card, is where we were. So let's, oh, there we go, let's get an indication of where we are at the moment. So I've just pulled the whip card. That's the from the Lenormand deck. So the whip card usually indicates a cycle or a repetition of like a bad habit. Yeah, it's not a positive card. This is a card of this, in this context, this would be the negative karmic stuff, yeah, that we've been alchemizing, yeah. So okay, so let's ask a question for any advice on breaking those negative karmic patterns. There are different ways you can do it. There's Akashic record clearing. But what I will say about that is clearing your Akashic records is no good if you're just going to carry on doing the same things you were doing before. If you do what you've always done, you get what you've always gotten. Yeah. So there we go. So there's a projective energy, masculine energy, which does link to fire. Fire is a masculine elemental. It's projective, yeah. Oh, we have the scythe. Ooh, again, it's not. It's what when I say it's a negative card, what I mean is it has that polarity about it. It doesn't mean that something awful is going. Doesn't mean that death is around the corner. Yeah. What it means is, obviously, depending on the cards around it, that something is being cut. Yeah. So my suggestion is to move through these Akashic record. Get my words out. Okay, let's start again. To move through these negative karmic patterns which are stored in your Akashic records, your actions need to be, you need to cut something from your actions. So if that makes sense, yeah, that's literally what the card's saying. Cut something from your actions. So let me just show you those two cards. So we have the man card here, followed by the scythe. So literally what that's saying to me, and what I'll just do is I'll take one photo of all these cards as I've laid them out, which might help you to get a sense of, ooh, I'm just going to zoom right out. There we go. So literally what that's telling me is in your daily actions, there's something in there that you can either tweak or cut out completely that will help you to break these negative karmic cycles. Yeah. And that will help you move faster through this alchemical process. Yeah. Okay. So that's cool. I like that. So the next thing I'm going to do is there anything else we need to note on that? I don't think there is. Okay, so we're going to go to the speaking your word, the voice card. Yeah. And let's just get a little bit of more information. Let's drill down on that a little bit. Let's have some more information on this voice card. So I'm using another Lenormand deck. Oh, there we go. There's one. Oh, what's that? Oh, okay. Got a couple of cards there. That's interesting. Let me just move those ones out of the way. Just put them there. Plop. So we've got, oh, wow. Okay. So with the voice card, we have the sun. I love it when this stuff happens. And we have, can anyone guess what the other card's going to be? The moon. Goodness me.
I was going to guess the moon.
Excellent. I love that. So what is this then? What is this? This is balance. This is balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. Yeah. This is balance between receptive, projective energy. This is balance between the light and the dark, if you like, or what projects light and what reflects light. Yeah, this is balance between what is outward facing and what is inward facing. This is balance night and day, even. Yeah, it's a balance completely of all those aspects of ourself that are, I would say, usually in opposition to each other. And what you've even got here, so the sun card came out first and then the moon card. So that's number 31 followed by 32. So this is a straight line progression. Yeah. Of, I just love it. Of where, blah, blah, get my word out, of where we are going to be. Full stop. There's no more to that sentence. Where we are going to be. Yeah. Once we've come out of this alchemical process, once we've, and I'll just say this, you might still be in the lake. You might still be sifting through the muck. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But just know that where you are going to is this amazing place of balance. Yeah. Phenomenal. And these two cards came out the other day when I was doing a reading. Again, both together, sun, moon. So there is this equilibrium, you know, as above, so below, as within, so without. It's all of that. Yeah, it's all of that. So wherever you are on this path, whether you're in the lake, whether you are alchemizing quickly with fire, yeah, or whether you might even be through that other side. I mean, none of us, until we get there, we don't know what that looks like, yeah? So, if you're there, fantastic. Give us a signal in Shangri-La, please. Yeah, and this alchemization process, the cutting away, the trimming off of those things that kind of keep you stuck in these negative karmic patterns, yeah, through your actions. Yeah. And then we come out this other side and da 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 da. Amazing. Because even the figure in the voice card, the bit where they're not quite coalesced yet, it's light. Yeah. It's light. It's pure light. So I know I say this word a lot. Neutrinos. Yeah. When we rediscover, when we remember, when we realize because we can have an idea, we can have a concept of who and what we truly are, but to actually be able to experience that, and the closest I suppose I've got is in meditation. That's the closest I've got to experiencing that, I think. Although I think it's even more than that. So even in meditation, if you achieve some semblance of letting go completely, that's still not it, is it? It's still not what it is. So who knows? Who knows what it actually is? The physical experience of that, or that visceral experience of that, yeah? Who knows what that's going to be like? But this balance energy, I want to pull one more card on that. What should we go with? Let's go with, okay, the big cards. Okay, this is the Druid something tarot. I haven't got the, hang on, Druidcraft. That's it, I remembered. Aha! Druidcraft tarot. So let's have a look and get a bit more information on this last card, because this is where we're going. I want to skip ahead a bit and find out a little bit more. Let's do it. So let's grab one of these cards. They're very big cards, so bear with me while I shuffle them in a very clunky fashion. Okay. So let's see what card is going to stick out. It's going to be that one. Sticking out more than the rest. Oh, okay. Ooh. We have the 8 of Pentacles. It's not gonna, no, it's not gonna do it. Okay, let's take a photo. So this card, oh, I like this card. I like this card a lot. This indicates all the work that you have done in this dense, pardon me, earthly realm, yeah? All this work you have done is paying off 100%. And in fact, let's get one of these. Oh, goodness. Oh, my God. That's bonkers. I just went to the Tower of the Abyss, yeah? Went to shuffle, and what card comes out? The card that keeps coming out all over the place. Wow. And we did this one this week in Dismembering Tarot. Queen of Swords. So this is about the light. It's about your mind. This is like the step before the last step of mastery of your mind, yeah, or being able to use the mind in unison with the heart, if you like, yeah. And you could even say, this is it right here, this is what she's doing, because there's a centeredness there, there's a determination there, there is, she's connecting to the light, she is just so centered in this card, yeah. After all this work that you have done, this is where you come to the Queen of Swords, which is the balance, which is the sun and the moon, which is, so when you are doing the work, the great work, I might add, and you are clearing your Akashic records, which is what's in this card for me, you find that balance, you get to a point where you are Queen of Swords, yeah. You are this amazingly centered, being, yeah. It's amazing. I think that's quite amazing, actually, to get the Queen of Swords in this reading. She keep, again, like the, what other card? The Sun and the Moon that keep coming up in readings. Queen of Swords keeps coming up. She keeps popping up ahead and going, yeah, don't worry, you're on the right path. If you're following, when I say following the steps, I mean where you're guided, yeah. So wherever you're guided on your journey, this is where you then arrive at balanced. Your karmic, your negative karmic patterns are clear. The work that you've been doing is paying off without question, and you arrive at this energy of the Queen of Swords. So I am going to take one more of these cards, because these cards are lovely. I love them. I actually did a walkthrough of this deck on my YouTube channel. I'll post the link to that, actually, because I like those kind of videos where the people do a walkthrough, so you know what you're getting if you decide. Oh, wow. So, oh my goodness. So we also have the Empress. So this is a whole new everything, yeah. So the Queen of Swords energy with the Empress energy, very powerful energy. So through this work that you've been doing, the clearing of your Akashic records, this balance that you find between the sun and the moon, through your voice, you come to the Queen of Swords and you come to the Empress. I mean, those two together, wow. And there's a creation of something, I would say, quite profound, and I would even go as far as to say unique, in whatever way, shape or form that you are created. So the Eight of Pentacles will be very, your creativity will be unique to you, yeah. And my suggestion is you find that out through doing this alchemical process, yeah.
I would say that's a rising of the divine feminine within.
Yeah, I like that. That's very cool. But there has to be a balance, yeah. I would say it's a balance rather than a rise of one particular energy. There has to be a balance, because everything is about the inflow and the outflow, yeah. It's a balance. I'd love to get a Two of Pentacles right now. Should we see? Should we see if it comes out? Oh, no. We have Three of Swords and Four of Swords. Wow. So again, we have a progression. Where there once was some kind of pain there is now peace. Yeah. So where there might have been pain, especially sifting through the muck and even through the alchemical process, where there once was some kind of pain, there is now peace. So let me just share those two on there. Three of Swords. This is an alternate. So in this deck, there's two alternative cards. One is the Three of Swords and the other is the Ten of Swords. So this is the alternate Three of Swords, which is kind of to do with the written word, which is interesting. Very interesting. And then the Four of Swords is resting, your rest. The rest, after the rest unfolds. Okay. So, I think that's a pretty clear message for what's been going on and what is to come. So I'm going to throw it open. If anyone wants me to pull them a card or two, speak now.
Go on then, I'll be first. Please pull me a card, Angie, to see what the weekend has in store.
Okie dokie. What is the weekend?
The next few days.
Okay. What are the next 3 days hold in store for Andy? Oh, we've got 7 of Swords. Interesting. It's funny. I've been flipping out all over the place. Now they're like, no, we don't want to play anymore. Okay, so let's take from that deck as well. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Interesting. Is that it? Is that it? Okay. So we have the 7 of Swords, and we have from the Kipper deck a gift. Ooh, so let me share those for you. So 7 of Swords, and from the Kipper deck, I can hear a woofie snoring. It's so cute. Okay. So this 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords usually indicates like some kind of hoarding, yeah. So this could be snoring woofie aside. I think so with the gift card. So normally the 7 of Swords would indicate some kind of dishonor, yeah. But because you've got the gift card, which is a very positive card from the Kipper deck, I think this is more about, because the Swords is the mind, yeah. So this is about seeing a gift. So this might be a gift that you have, or it might be that someone is gifting you something, yeah, over the next 3 days, looking at it from different angles. You haven't got a birthday coming up, have you, Andy?
I haven't. No.
Okay.
I do not.
So there's no gifts being expected. That's what I'm.
No, there is not.
Okay.
No, definitely
Okay, so definitely keep your eyes open. Let me just grab one.
It could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be a materialistic gift. It could be a spiritual gift. It could be an emotional gift.
Yeah, yeah. Any what? But it will be something that you look at from different angles. Yeah, this is very much a mind thing. Yeah. So you'll be thinking, you'll be kind of pondering how you're seeing it. Does that make sense?
Right. Yeah.
Whatever this gift is. So I'm just going to pull one more to see if I can get a little bit more on the Seven of Swords. Oh, there we go. Okay, we got creativity. Oh, we got two. Creativity and the element of fire. How mad is that? Let me share this. So we've got creativity. And we have...
Oh, I like them. They're round.
Yes, they're very cool, aren't they?
Yeah. What deck's that from?
These are the... Hang on, I've got the box up there.
Is that the Stargate deck?
Crystal Medicine Oracle.
Ah. Right.
And then we have this one as well, which completely ties into what we've just been talking about mind, self-mastery. So this will definitely be around creativity and self-mastery. There might even be a spider involved in there somewhere.
A spider? Why? What makes you say a spider?
On the card self-mastery, it says spider. If not a spider, then... Sorry, I didn't share that. There we go. If not spider, then some kind of web. So it might be the internet. Yeah.
Right. Well, interestingly enough, there is currently a spider inhabiting the ceiling of my bathroom.
Ah. Okay. Yeah. So definitely something around looking at a gift from different angles, and it will be to do with your creativity or how you are creative or what you are creating, and this idea of self-mastery, and it's all centered. This is very much like the pondering, the what's that word? Musings, that kind of word, yeah, that kind of idea. So you're not like trying to strain your brain thinking about it. It's like, you're kind of pondering, musing, what is this, from all those different angles. That's really cool.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Let's see what comes and transpires, and I'll let you know on Monday.
Indeed.
I'll let you know on Tuesday.
Cool. Cool.
Angie, I was looking at the numbers of the cards. She got 7, 17, another, what was it, 27, and another 7. I found that.
Well, you bought it. Not yet.
Oh, yeah.
7,
yes.
17.
7 of Swords. 7 creativity. 17 gift. 27. Let's just add those up quickly and see what it comes out at. That's 14. Hang on.
I'll let you do the math.
17. 27. That's 18. Brain farts. That's 13, which is 4. Okay. I was hoping it was going to come out at 7, but it comes out at 4. 4 is the number of stability, something very stable, because it has 4 corners, straight up and down, very stable. Yeah.
Right then.
Mm.
I shall keep my eye and peeled for ponderings over what may transpire.
Absolutely. Cool. Okay, anyone else?
Yes, please, Angie, if you don't mind.
Okie dokie. So I'm going to go with the Elemental Oracle. Is this for right now or for the next few days, Jackie?
Good question. Can we say the next sort of 48 hours?
Okay. So the next 48 hours for Jackie, please. These are big cards. Bear with me while I... Oh, there we go. We've got two there. Oh, prominent. Ooh, okay. So we have two very nice cards, actually. So let me share those. We have Outer Core Fluidity, and we have Mountain with Clarity.
Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Two very interesting cards. So the first one, the Outer Core card, what that's indicating, so when you get into a place where your thinking is not rigid, yeah, it's fluidic, so you can we call it kind of layered thinking, so you can take things out, put things in. It's very what's the word? Well, unrigid. So you know, if you have an idea that you've always done something a certain way, you are capable of, and you might even be doing this, of saying, actually, no, I'm going to mix that up and I'm going to do it a different way. That's very fluidic in thinking, you know, rather than being stuck in a pattern, a bit like the karmic cycles that came up in the reading. When you keep repeating those cycles, it's like you dig yourself a hole. So the idea of being able to think in a fluidic way then enables your outer world, if you like, to also be that way. So nature is the perfect example of an outer world that is fluidic, because it's always changing, always. As I'm looking out the window now, the big conker tree out the front is dropping its conkers. I mean, I've never seen so many conkers, yeah. But it's it's constantly, it's amazing to watch this tree as it moves through the seasons, and always, you know, always changing, always. And then we have the mountain. So this is like ice, yeah. As in, ice is very clear. So if you have like an ice cube, you can see through it, yeah. So this is about the clarity of that, not just ice, but it's like a blank slate. It's like that freshness of the air that is not necessarily up in the death zone on Everest, but you know what I mean. It'd be very, very, the air would be incredibly pure, yeah. So there's a clarity that, I mean, I love it when it gets really cold, because it's just so crisp and clear, you know. That feeling is the kind of feeling that I'm trying to get to in here with that card. So let's pull, okay, a couple of the Druidcraft Tarot. to get a little bit more information on these two cards. So there's definitely going to be let's say if you're not already kind of doing this idea of fluidic thinking, then something will come through in the next 48 hours which will kind of activate that, if that makes sense. And what it will bring is clarity. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it when this happens. You never guess what card has come out again. She keeps coming out, this card. It's immense. So underneath the outer core card, we have the Queen of Swords. And where is she? She's up on the top of a flipping mountain. She is sword energy, so she is the mind. She has this very, yeah, you could say fluidic way of thinking. Yeah, because she has achieved mastery of the mind. Yeah, when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to doing all of that mind stuff, yeah, there she is. And she's thoroughly enjoying herself on the top of that mountain, yeah. And then we have the Three of Wands.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
And then we have the Three of Wands, so wands of fire, which goes back again to this alchemical process. So this card, this Three of Wands, what's that bringing you? Waiting. It's like you've set something in motion and you're waiting for it to come out the other side, if that makes sense. So whatever...
But it probably will within the next 48 hours.
Oh, I love that. Let me just grab my little book here. Bear with me 1 second. Yeah, so if you look at the figure there, yeah, he's waiting for something to resolve. Yeah, I think, yeah, productive ideas, realizing long-term dreams and goals. Absolutely. So you're waiting for whatever this is that you've had in the pipeline being alchemized, being baked, if you like, because some say that the solar plexus is a bit like the oven. So when you are bringing something into being, that's where it gets solidified, if you like, at the solar plexus. So that kind of makes sense to me. So very interesting. You're going to have to let me know, Jackie.
I will. Yeah, because that's really interesting. I love the card. Beautiful. The elementals. They're gorgeous cards.
Yes.
And thank you. I will definitely let you know what happens in the next 48 hours.
Excellent. That's really cool. How about you, Kevin?
Yeah, I'll take a couple of cards for insights in the next 2-3 days.
Okay. I'm going to use the Druid. I'm going to say Druid Oracle. It's not Druid Craft, because I know you've got those cards yourself. So one card fell out on the floor. You got three. They just flew out. Now these cards don't fly out, yeah, because they're very heavy and they're very big. So that you've had these just fly out at me, Kevin. Okay, we have the Seven of Pentacles. Nice card. And he's actually harvesting mistletoe there. So mistletoe is about protection. Yeah, as much as anything else. So whatever it is that you're harvesting, is that the right word? whatever it is that you're trying to bring about regarding some kind of protection for yourself, I would say, and with these other cards, because we've also got the Seven of Cups, if it'll focus, yes, and we have the Five of Pentacles. That's interesting. You've got a dog and a hare there in that card. Interesting. So you might have been experiencing some kind of like let me just grab
Challenges.
yeah, around kind of a very kind of like a wistful is that like looking back at things maybe from an emotional point of view, and yeah, feeling that somewhere along the line you've got lost. Okay, yeah, mountain. So we've got the mountain card on the Five of Pentacles, which is which would indicate some kind of a blockage. This is Lenormand, so this indicates some kind of a block. So I guess what I would... Okay, let's have a little bit of advice for Kevin with this Lenormand deck. Oh, there we go. Oh, we've got the owls. So the owl is very wise. And these are barn owls, I think. Oh, let me just go back because that's blurred. That's not good. That's better. So we've got a new moon. We've got the wise owl. Okay. So I would say, Kevin, because we've got the moon in that deck as well, because the owls are very much nocturnal creatures, and we have the moon in there as well. There's something regarding your wisdom that you're kind of hiding away, yeah? So you need to stop it. Stop doing that. And literally harvest your own wisdom, yeah? Let it what's the word I'm looking for? Let it come to fruition, yeah? So that you can use it. Yeah? And I know it's you know, going down the path of and I you know, oh, like memory lane, if you like. It's a bit of a trap. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but I think part of the thing when you because you have a side. Funny enough, there's a side in in the reading that I said. So this guy's got a side. So what you can do, you know, if you're going to go down memory lane, just be aware that you might need to cut that emotional cord to whatever it is you're going down memory lane for or about, if that makes sense. Because you can do that. You can cut that, you know, the emotional triggers of those things, but and still go down memory lane. And that's the wisdom right there, yeah, to be able to do that without getting caught up in the emotions that were happening at the time, yeah. I don't know if that makes sense, Kevin, or if it helps.
Oh, that all helps. I watched the memorial for 9/11 this morning with President Trump, and yeah, that might. Yeah, sometimes he's still giving the false narrative of what happened, you know, with the airliners and all that. But Yeah, it's funny. They're still telling the old narrative of, what happened. So, that truth will come out one day.
I'm sure it will. But in the meantime, don't get caught up in the emotional stuff around it. Yeah. That's the detachment. That's the practice of detachment, pratyahara, which is even more so now. I would say that's quite crucial to our own mental stability. That's what I would say, because there's just so much going on out there. Yeah. To not get to not let it attach to you. Yeah, like a sticky, yucky. Well, it's the mud. It's the mud that we've cleared. Yeah. So if you've been clearing the mud, clearing out these, these negative karmic patterns, the last thing you want to do is go back in there and go, "Come on in, come and get me." Yeah, don't do it. Which is easier said than done. I know, but the work. This is what came up in the reading. The work that you've been doing is paying off. You're already seeing results. So don't turn around and walk back the way you've just come, because it's a very long way back there for a start, and you haven't got that much further to go before you get to the Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the Four of Swords, and the ability to use your pure voice. Yeah. So I hope that's helped anyway, Kevin and Andy and Jackie.
Oh, that helped a lot. I'm learning to observe more than react emotionally to, things like that.
Cool. There you go. The observer.
Yes. Lovely.
Excellent. Cool. Right.
That's lovely.
Thank you all. Do I have any words of wisdom before I go? Let's just pull one card out of this funky little deck, which is called the Witch's something. The Witch is something. Ooh, Watchtower of the South. Summer, which I think we can certainly say it's coming to an end. We have had some crazy rain today, and it is very cold. So as we move through this portal of September, yeah, embrace the winter, embrace the time to go inward, because it's the perfect time to do that. Yeah. And so endeth the lesson.
I totally agree. The winter's a time for inner reflection.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, gratitude, Angie. That's great.
Cool.